Okay, I'm going to try to continue the story, but it's a little difficult now. Um, so Michael Jackson knows that he found Marilyn. That's where I left off. And they've decided to carpool, and they're in the same body now. And he knows that Marilyn, the woman that he's been looking for, that she has a child, and that it's not his son. He knows this because he knows who his son is. He's also been looking for his son. His son is John Lennon. So when he finds John Lennon, he'll know that that's his family because he knows he's missing John Lennon. Now, I refer back to this because Michael Jackson, while creatively speaking, he was very obsessed with Marilyn. He was also very interested in John Lennon. Very, very interested. While I don't have any proof about um, the glove, the glove reference, it's pretty clear artistically what that's a reference to. It's the yellow submarine and the little part with the glove that means love, and that was John Lennon. And then there was the whole, I don't know the details of it. I don't understand that business kind of stuff, but we all know that Michael Jackson tried to buy the rights or something to all the Beatles music, and Paul stopped that and made a big fuss about it and made a big deal out of it because I think Paul wanted to make money out of it, and Michael Jackson was definitely a more leave it all out in the open kind of thing. And for whatever reason, he thought that would have been what John Lennon would have wanted, and and it wasn't happening. And so because he had so much money, he was going to make it happen, since Paul was not going to allow it to happen. Which be honest with you, what was up with that anyway? I mean, Paul McCartney has gazillions of dollars. Why does he need more? What's up with that? What's up with I thought the whole thing was about peace, love, and happiness, and music should be for everybody. So why try to keep it to yourself and make money off of it? And why do that with John Lennon's music of all people? He would have never wanted that. I mean, I don't know him. I never knew him, but it's pretty clear from his work and from his life that that's what he would have wanted. I mean, it's not rocket science. But be that as it may. So in my Foo story, which is a story because in real life what happened obviously is that, John Lennon died and Paul McCartney is has been knighted or something in England and has more money than a human being should ever be allowed to have, and has married now twice, right? And the latest one has even more money. So, I mean, it's just like a big money cesspool with Paul McCartney. Um, I think Linda was a Foo Fighter. I have a very strong reason to believe she is a Foo Fighter. Is, not was, is. Okay. So at any rate, back to the Foo Fighters. So he has to find John Lennon because John Lennon is his son. So while Billie Jean's son is not Michael Jackson, it sounds like that as the world turns. So, well, Billie Jean's son is not Michael Jackson's son. John Lennon is his son, and he knows it, and he's going to find him. Okay. Now, I put a picture of my son there as a visual aid because when my son was 2, I had him dressed up as John Lennon. And I made that costume myself uh, because I'm a big John Lennon fan, which is why I think I can say, John Lennon would have never wanted Paul McCartney to take all the music and make money off of it and do what he's doing. That's a travesty. I think we all know that, and Paul McCartney should be hiding his head in shame instead of splashing it all over Saturday Night Live like he's some kind of the second coming of something, but it certainly isn't peace, love, and happiness. There's a lot more to do with money than it does with anything else. So, be that as it may, I am not one of the rich and famous or the powerful or have any ability. I mean, all I can do is make little YouTube videos and post them up here and have Angelina Jolie copy them. I'm on to you, Angelina. I know you want this face. I know this appeals to you. You get all that plastic surgery, but what you really want is what I've got. You want my poverty, my joblessness, my poverty, my unemployment, my mess of a house that's worth nothing, living in the middle of the Midwest, my inability to be reemployed as an art teacher for some reason. You just can't live without it, can you? I'm joking, of course. Um, okay, so that's where we left off. So he has to find John Lennon. So I think he found him. Okay, in their little foo way, the little light beams have found each other, and so now they have to reunite as a human family. Okay, because they're all in their bodies. They've all gotten rentals. So I use that. I don't know how else to describe it, but they've all got their rentals. So now they've got to find each other, and that's, I guess, the next part of the story. So I'm gonna stop here until I can figure out what the next, because I think we need a visual aid or a video or something to make it more interesting, because contrary to Angelina's opinion and Mr. William Hague's opinion, I really don't think this scene here is very interesting at all. I think I can do better, even if I have to borrow from YouTube or from some other photo. Okay, so I'm going to pause here and then we continue.